Hi, I'm Tahira with Taste of the East, Touch of the West. Today we're going to be making Kofta and Channa, which is basically meatballs and chickpea curry. This recipe uses an Afghan variation of kofta, as we don't fry the meatballs ahead of time as called for in some recipes. This was taught to me by my mum. Whenever we'd have a family get together, it would be devoured by the entire family. It's still a very popular dish, loved by everyone. This version has been adapted slightly, but it still tastes as fab as ever. So let's begin with making the meatball mixture. So you will need half a kilogram of ground beef, half an onion finely chopped, half a cup of ground flour, 3 fresh green chilies finely chopped, 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of Tabasco sauce or a hot sauce, 1 teaspoon of salt, and half a teaspoon of chili powder. Now we've got the ingredients, let's just add them to the ground beef. Mix this all up with your hands. Make sure you wet your hands ahead of time so it doesn't all stick. Okay, so you're going to put this into the fridge until we're ready to use. Now whilst the meatball mixture is in the fridge, we want to begin by making our masala. So for the sauce you will need 1 medium onion finely chopped, 5 tablespoons of olive oil and 1 teaspoon of crushed garlic, 2 cups of crushed tomatoes, 1 tablespoon of tomato paste, 2 cups of water, 2 teaspoons of garam masala, 2 teaspoons of paprika powder, 2 teaspoons of fresh coriander finely chopped, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, half a teaspoon of chili powder, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, and 1 teaspoon of fresh green chili finely chopped. So we want to put a deep pot on a high heat. Once it's heated up, you want to add in the olive oil. So in goes the olive oil. Into the olive oil we're going to add the crushed garlic. Just put that in. Give that a little mix. Once they start sizzling, we need to add our chopped onions. And go the onions. And we want to mix this for approximately 5 minutes until all the edges are golden brown. Okay. So now the onions are golden brown, we want to add in our crushed tomatoes. So in go the crushed tomatoes. Okay, so into the tomatoes we're going to add the tomato paste. This will thicken up the sauce and give it a nice rich colour. Mix that in. Okay, so once that's all mixed you want to add in the water. Now we're going to add in spices. Okay, we're going to be adding in the meatballs soon, so we might want to turn down the heat now, just so we don't get splashed while we're doing it. So I'll put it down to a medium heat. So I've taken the mixture out of the fridge, so it won't break up. You can see it's quite firm. What I like to do is just get a bowl of warm water. That way you don't have to keep on washing your hands. You can just dip it in there and pick up the meat. Okay, so wet your hands. Just get a little ball about the size of a golf ball. Just want to press it down gently. Make sure there's no cracks in it. Should be about that big. And then just throw it into the sauce. Just make as many as you can out of the mixture. You can make them bigger if you want or smaller. So once the meatballs are in, we want to coat them. We don't want to mix it with a spoon because you'll end up breaking the meatballs. So you just grab the sides of the pot and give it a little shake. Just so it's all covered. So you won't break any. Go. Then we just put on the lid. Put the heater slightly higher. And just wait until the meatballs are cooked. Should take about half an hour. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes, so we just want to give the pot another shake just to make sure that it doesn't stick at the bottom. Just grab the sides. In another 10 minutes we'll come back and we'll put in our chickpeas. Okay, it's been another 10 minutes, so now I'm going to add in the chickpeas and then we're going to leave it on a simmer. Add in the chickpeas. And again, don't want to use a spoon, so just put the lid back on. Grab the sides and give it a shake. You can leave the kofta to simmer for hours for a more intense flavour, or you can serve it straight away. Try it and let me know how it turns out. I'm Tahira with Taste of the East, Touch of the West.